All right, welcome to week 16 of Sidelines with Shan. This is the Christmas edition, but anyway, we are in the semifinals for our playoffs. I do have a special guest. My producers told me it was one person, but honestly, I'm really not sure who's going to show up, so we'll just see how this goes. A couple things to keep in mind. There is no Thursday night game this week. However, there are 2 Saturday games, bunch of games on Sunday, 2 games on Christmas. Now, if I remember correctly, there is no Sunday night game. I'm just going to say the reason for that is it's Christmas Eve. Everyone needs to be in bed so Santa can come. Anyway, just keep that in mind as you are working on taking care of your teams. All right, so as I said, this is the semifinals. We are down to the Winnipeg Blue Ballers and Baby Got Dak, and then we have Velvet Zebra and the Muncie Dumpster Fire. I should point out that last week, Velvet Zebra not only had the highest score of the entire week, but she also had her highest scoring game of the entire year by almost 20 points. So yay to Velvet Zebra. For my picks for the week, we are going to pick Muncie Dumpster Fire. So we are going to get rid of Velvet Zebra. And then I think we are going to get rid of the Winnipeg Blue Ballers. And I think our final game of the year will be between the Muncie Dumpster Fire and Baby Got Dak. And as you can see, they're both blue, so they are both from the same division, so it should be an interesting game. Without further ado, we are going to welcome our guest show. It'll be a surprise. Welcome, guest. Well, welcome. I'm really not sure who this is. It looks kind of like maybe Tony Romo and Hillary Clinton, possibly.
Oh, just Hillary.
Just Hillary. Okay, yeah. So Hillary, it is very nice to have you on the show. I was not expecting someone quite so famous. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of awkward to look at you.
Well, that's okay. I had a bad makeup day, so.
Oh, okay.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You know, that's okay. So, you're in your Cowboys get-up. I'm guessing, is that your favorite team?
Well, my husband's from Arkansas, and, you know, the Cowboys owner's from Arkansas, so I thought it seemed appropriate.
Okay. Well, I am certain that you are very excited for this upcoming week. Is it true that Ezekiel Elliott is going to make the Cowboys great again?
Well, I don't really like the way you phrase that, making him great again and all, seeing as how that's a reference to my arch enemy.
Okay. Well,
But
very sorry. It was.
I think I get your point, and I agree. Now, I'm not a big football fan. My husband, you know, he was big in football back in Arkansas back in the day, but I'm more of a baseball fan myself. But at the end of the day, you know, I think Bill would be sad if I didn't say the Cowboys are going to be better with Ezekiel Elliott back. Zeke in the backfield, and I don't believe he's a woman beater. You know,
okay.
If he was, I probably wouldn't cheer for him, but I think he's an alright kind of guy.
Okay, that's a fair statement. So I typically ask my guests several questions. Now, Hillary, do you play fantasy football?
I do not. You know, I spent most of my time trying to win the election, and so I felt like fantasy football probably wasn't in my best interest.
Okay, all right. Well, that's usually one thing. I just usually ask what the draft strategy was. But let's just say, from your perspective, if you were going to participate in a fantasy football team, say we had an opening on our team next year, and you wanted to participate, how do you think you would draft? What would your draft strategy be?
Well, I suppose I'd have to listen to Bill, because he's always watching TV. I think he likes for the cheerleaders, but I don't really know. He seems like he's always paying attention to them more than the actual game. So, but I guess I'd have to defer to him. He did tell me he didn't have sexual intercourse with that woman. So,
okay.
I guess I have to believe him that he's actually paying attention to the real game.
Okay. You know. So maybe what you're saying is you might be better to auto draft.
Is that a thing?
That is a thing. Yeah. Yeah. You just let the computer do all the picking.
Huh.
Yeah, you know, another person out there picking your team.
I should have done that when I was going through the election process instead of having all those people tell me what to say.
Yeah.
Let a computer tell me what to say.
Yeah. Well, next time.
That might have ended up better for me.
It's very possible. So we know that you are a Cowboys fan. We are here in the great state of Indiana, and so I have to ask you, how about the Colts? How do you feel about Andrew Luck, if you watch football enough to know who he is? And do you think he will come back to the Colts team next year?
Well, where's he at right now? Why would he not be with his team right now? They're in the middle of the season.
Well, because he hasn't been playing all year. He's been injured and he's been getting some special medical attention. I oversee someplace, at least that's what we're being told.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if, from the political standpoint, I appreciate your vote, but if it meant that, if I could say something to Andrew, maybe get him back quicker, if that means I can get you guys' vote, I'd sure love that. Appreciate that.
Okay, well maybe on your way home you can stop through Indianapolis and talk to Jim Irsay and see if you can get some a few minutes with Andrew on the phone, or maybe send him an email. I think that's pretty good, nowadays.
Yeah, okay. Email. That sounds real nice. I try to be careful with my emails with all that stuff that went around last year. Yeah, you probably don't need me to mention it, do you?
Sure, no. Yeah, you just have to watch what you do on the internet and just watch out for your safety.
Lesson learned, I'll tell you. Egg on my face.
Sure. So, my last question, again, I know you're not a super huge football fan, but, here in February they're going to be having the grand finale game, the Super Bowl.
Oh my.
If you had to pick two football teams to go and play in that big finale game, you could sit at home and watch them on TV and have a big party, but who would you like to cheer for? I'm guessing the Cowboys, maybe.
I'll have to be the Cowboys, of course. I guess if I had to choose another team, I'd probably choose, they still play football with one of those pigskins?
Yeah? Oh, well, the last time I knew they did.
Well, I guess if that's the case, I guess I'd have to pick the, I'm in Indiana. I gotta pick the Colts, right?
Well, you can, but I
want your vote, so I've gotta pick the Colts.
Okay, alright, there you have it. Hillary has picked the Colts and the Cowboys to go to the big game this year. And, Hillary, I am just flabbergasted that you decided to stop by tonight. Is there anything else that you would like to say? Any greetings that you'd like to give to anyone? Anything like that?
Well, it's been a long year for me personally. This is my first time back on camera since the election, and I gotta be honest, it's quite embarrassing to be out in front of the public. I spent several months in isolation, away from Bill and all his women. And so I think this is a good first step for me. Get out of rehab and all that type of stuff. And is Donald Trump still president? Has he been impeached yet?
No, he's still there.
Okay, well, hope he dropped dead, but that's about all I got, I guess. Thank you for letting me come on.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad that Sidelines with Shan could just do a little part in trying to help make your life great again and get back out in front of the camera and, just go on with your life and just be exciting. And
well, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, it's been a privilege and an honor to have you on here.
Thank you.
If you're ever in town again next year, we tend to do this every year. You're more than welcome to stop by. Or if you can't come, maybe you could send, one of your workers or something if you're real busy.
I'll send Chelsea. She's a lot better looking than I am.
Okay.
So I'll send Chelsea.
Okay. Well, we would welcome her to the show. Again, I think that is all we have for week 16 of Sidelines with Shan. Again, thank you so much for coming on. Again, just take care of your teams, and we will see you probably next week, or at least I will. I don't think Hillary will be here, but that's it. Merry Christmas, and thank you for watching. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, I can't help it.
Dude, that is so weird.
It's hilarious. No.